Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Cave Story. So at the end of the last episode we'd obtained the jellyfish and now we're going to use it to walk through Chicos Fireplace. The semantics of how you use the juice of a jellyfish to walk through a raging fire, I don't know, I don't understand why you couldn't just get some water and put the fire out. What does it matter, right? It's a game. Suspend all logic, suspend all disbelief. It's all good. So here, this can be one of the most annoying parts in the game, just because of the amount of, like, bottomless pits, and of course by bottomless I mean they actually have very definitive bottoms that are covered in red spikes that kill you instantly. Later on, we'll get items that will allow us to kind of hover or even fly a little bit, but for now we're kind of still subject to the whims of gravity, so we're going to try to be careful and, you know, treat gravity nice so that it doesn't do me wrong. That is a new enemy we just encountered. I'm not sure of the canonical name for it, but let's call them ghosts. So basically when you shoot those ghosts, every time you hit them, they come back at you with this red, like, Captain America shield. But it's not bad if you're fighting them all individually, but if you fight them, like, you know, 3 or 4 at a time, then you can get a lot of bullets coming for you at once, as you saw right there, which can be more difficult to dodge. Not that there's still a huge challenge overall. They also do a lot of damage, so you know, you're best off treating them with the respect they deserve. So there's a house over there, but first we're gonna try to get to the save point and murder frogs. I should get that on a t-shirt. That's my motto: murder frogs. Why? No reason. Yeah, we're gonna try to make this jump, and I finally did it after much provocation. All this wasted experience since all of my weapons are maxed out right now, but, you know, there are worse things that I could probably be complaining about, or worse problems that I could be dealing with right now. Basic save point, just with your health, and missile reloader, as well as the save, obviously. Now, of course, this is one of those retro games or retro-styled games, I should say, where enemies respawn whenever you leave or enter a room, so I'd probably be better served if I, you know, went into doors as little as possible, but that's not really my style, because, as I've mentioned many times, I practice judicious saving to avoid frustration. We got a missile upgrade, which is, you know, always nice to have. We only had 10 before, so I think now we're up to 15, but we might be at 20. We'll find out a little bit later. And of course the door is rusted shut, so now we'll have a conversation with this guy through this crack in the door. And as of yet, we do not know who this is, but it's probably in all of our best interest to help them get out of here. Thanks for the rusty key, man. I wanted an Xbox, you asshole! Alright, so we'll go. It seems like an easy fetch quest, right? He just gave us the key to unlock the door. Oh, there's no keyhole, it's rusted shut. What do you got now, Brainiac? Any ideas? I like that, like, land speeder. It looks like a, I don't know, like an old lady's Little Rascal electric wheelchair from the future. Like in Back to the Future 2, that is what fat people would ride in Walmart. And this, of course, looks like a pretty ominous room with a skull on top of the door. It's called the Execution Chamber. And I actually do think I died the first time I played the game on this room. As long as you're not an idiot, it's hard to die, but, you know, the puzzle, as you can see, tripped me up a little bit. But, you know, if you take 2 seconds to actually think about it, it's not that hard to get that life capsule at the top. So we'll just, you know, you can see the gears turning in my head right now. Just trying to solve the riddle of the Sphinx here, but I think I got it. Just jump up here, shoot this thing, and then, you know, break that breakable block at the top, and you should be able to make that jump relatively easily. On the first go, even. And this life capsule is good because it increases our life by 5, so we're now sitting at 26, which is pretty healthy. I only had 31 on my first run through the game, so definitely possible to beat the game with this little health. But as I mentioned in the last video, we're gonna see how many we can get. Hopefully all of them, but I make no promises. If you're interested in seeing a 100% walkthrough of Cave Story, which this probably will not be, there are, you know, literally 10 fucking thousand on YouTube, so if that's your cup of tea, just go nuts. You're watching this for my candor, I hope, or maybe a little bit of charisma. Not to sound like overly inflated, but I'm bringing my own personality to it. That's my goal. So now we find out that we need to go to the power room if we want to turn on all these fans again, and of course we do because there's no other way to progress through the game. Is that poop on top of that block? That looks like a coil of shit on top of that block. Anyway, so we'll check out this speeder here. It's a motorbike, maybe. Too bad we cannot drive it, but you know. Remember when that was like the best thing in a game? Like if a game had drivable vehicles? I'm thinking right now of like the tank level on GoldenEye for N64. Go over to your friends and be like, man, this is the future of gaming. You can drive the damn tank. So as the guy told us we had to go to the power room, we'll just use the rusty key here and go inside. And oh, we got a cute little robot here. Wall-E 2.0. And I should probably leave and save, but you know, whatever. Let's live on the edge. I don't want to have to deal with those enemies again. So we'll go to the fan station and turn it on. And then, of course, this makes the robot go fucking apeshit and is the precursor to a boss fight. I like the little robot animation they got going on here. It's pretty cute. Not to mention the robot dialogue. Unfortunately, he is not long for this world as Balrog just steps in and grinds his circuits into dust. Of course that Mamigo wasn't Sue. That's what we tried to tell you, man! And after that kind of horrible story of domestic abuse that Balrog is regaling us with right now, of course we have to fight him. And I make some pretty poor tactical choices in this fight. The fireball is probably the worst weapon that we have that we could use against him of the three. What I really should be doing is rolling with a, a missile and polar star combo, but I don't clue into that until a little bit later. Let's retcon this and say I was showing you what not to do on this boss fight. So the polar star is relatively effective, but again, I should be probably using my missiles before I use anything else. But water under the bridge. Let's let bygones be bygones. Still does a pretty healthy amount of damage to him. But soon he changes, yes, and he actually managed to hit me. So let's switch to missiles rather than using the level 2 polar star and take him out absurdly quickly. That would have been much easier if I just did that from the outset. I always like the emphasis on Balrog's line there. What are you? Like it's poorly dubbed Japanese anime. Now I honestly don't know what happens if you say no to pulling the robot out. It feels like it would kind of be game-breaking. I think it has to force you to pull the robot out because of the fact that it sends you on a fetch quest, which, kind of sets the rest of the game in order. Of course, the robot is telling us that it is a good person, and it will make a wonderful bomb for us, using its potentially evil deeds to do good. I like that. We're using a hellish device to accomplish something completely admirable. So yes, we have a fetch quest, actually one of my least favorite quests in the game because we have to go all the way back to Santa's house to get the charcoal. Probably should have picked that up while I was there, but hindsight is 20/20. So let's check out this save point. Obviously we'll refill our health and missiles because we used a little bit of both of those, and then we will save. I will see you guys in the next part. Thanks for watching.